Today we're going to reveal 2 cards that are going to change Elestrals competitive play forever. Let's dive in. If you didn't know, we're revealing new cards for Frostfall every single day until April 5th when our pre-orders open. This is super hype, and today we're going to talk about 2 really incredible cards that, again, are going to be splashed into different decks. They're going to be really impactful, and they're going to push the game in a direction that I think is going to be a really positive one. One of the biggest kind of criticisms of gameplay of Elestrals right now is that oftentimes it's not really worth putting out a 2 or 3 cost Elestral because having a bunch of 1 cost Elestrals tends to be a more efficient strategy. Now we do see some, cases where that's not the situation with like Penterror and Voltempest, but nonetheless it is definitely a big focus, and over the next few weeks as I reveal more cards, you're going to see that there's going to be more opportunities to get 2 and 3 cost Elestrals to the field and have them stick and be kind of effective and be able to force your opponent into a worse situation. So it won't be such a feels bad when you put all these resources into getting out a strong Elestral and then they get just destroyed by either a Shield of Achilles or an Earthquake or something like that. And today we're introducing 2 cards that are going to further enhance those strategies and give you kind of that counterplay to ultimately maximize the effectiveness of these 2 and 3 cost Elestrals and just a bunch of different strategies in general. The first one is Chains of Prometheus, and this is a card that we had already revealed, but it is a 2 cost fire counter rune, and its effect is this Chains of Prometheus can only be cast when an opponent activates a counter rune, negate that rune, and that opponent returns a spirit from their underworld to their spirit deck. This is huge. So in a crucial moment where you're trying to attack or you're trying to destroy something and your opponent casts a counter rune, Chains of Prometheus can come in and actually shut down their counter rune mid-chain, which is absolutely bonkers. They do get the benefit of healing a spirit, but that's because they have to cast their card that you're countering, so that's a little bit of balancing there, but this card is really impactful. First of all, it's really big for fire, right? Because fire is already going to use a bunch of fire spirits, so it's really easy to fit in, but we found in testing that a lot of decks were actually splashing in fire spirits just to be able to run Chains of Prometheus because it's such a huge momentum shift, right? Your opponent plays that big Shield of Achilles, they play that big Gorgon's Gaze, and they expect it to do what they want it to do, but Chains of Prometheus can shut it down in that crucial moment and give you the advantage on the offensive or maybe even on the defensive. And the next card we're revealing today is Divine Blessing, and this card, man, I'll tell you what, this one's gonna be real good. Divine Blessing is a 1 cost counter rune. You can use any element spirit for it, and its effect says that it can only be cast when an opponent activates an invoke rune. You can disenchant a spirit from your field in order to negate that rune. So much like Chains of Prometheus, you're going to be paying 2 spirits to essentially shut down a rune, but you can only shut down invoke runes. But this is big because you can use this to shut down Earthquakes, you can use it to shut down Resting on Your Laurels, you can use it to shut down Ambrosias. You do have to have a spirit on your field, so it's oftentimes going to be best paired with Divines. So if you have like a Zeus or Hephaestus, you can use the spirits on those to fuel the cost for Divine Blessing. But let me tell you, having both Chains of Prometheus and Divine Blessing into the metagame allows those 2 and 3 cost strategies to really flourish a lot better because there's less risk of them being taken out. You have some more counterplay that you can work with. I'm very excited about the addition of these 2 cards in Frostfall. I hope you guys are too. Join the discussion over at discord.gg/Elestrals. I'd love to hear what you think about these new cards. And go check out First Edition base set available now at shopelestrals.com. I'll see you guys tomorrow.